Now we are actually inside a wedding gallery. Typically we may break it down into categories, which you can go into simply by clicking in. You always have the option here of playing a slideshow, which will actually play the entire category as a slideshow. As you hover over, you'll see some options. View the image larger, add it to a cart, you can save your favorites, and then some other options as far as social media. Let's go in and click this image larger. And this is one of the key elements that I want to speak about here real quick. Up here you have a couple options here. Obviously X out, we can enter it in full screen. Show image names. This is key. This is one of the things that a lot of clients don't realize it's there or really what it does. It's very subtle, but you'll see as I click it off and on, you'll see below the image itself, it comes up with an image number. Our image numbers are important for any order here. What we have here basically the sequence number of the file itself. So typically events will start with 1 and end up with how many the final image is, let's say 1,000. In this case, this is the 20th image of the day here. And the next set of numbers here is the camera. We shoot with multiple cameras, typically up to 4 a day, if not more. And so a lot of times when we ask for file names, what we are actually looking for, if not the entire thing, we are looking for these first 4 digits. If we receive the last 4 digits, we can ensure that it's actually the same image that you are inquiring about. Sometimes they overlap, sometimes they actually match. This is the number we need. If you feel like so inclined, you can write actually the whole entire thing. So when we ask for an image number, whether it's for thank you cards or save the dates or a canvas selection or any print selection, that's actually what we're looking for. And again, we can click off and on the image name up here. We also have go to cart. You can see what sequence number it is, and then right up top you can actually bounce in between the different categories that we created. All right. Down below you can also see some options. We can see what it looks like in sepia. Okay, we can see what it looks like in black and white. We can share these. Okay, we can also add to favorites. Add to favorites is one of the key functions that we use the gallery for as far as creating some products. That could be wedding albums. That could be any products really, but wedding albums and signing books, and any type of books we create, this is typically the easiest way to do it. Sometimes people prefer to write it down using these numbers. Sometimes people prefer to actually use the printed proofs as a way to physically separate them. However, the add to favorites, as you do this, what happens is because you logged in with your email address, you basically created an account. And every time you heart the image or save into favorites, it actually creates a folder that we can access when ready to actually view those images. And then from there, we can create the design or the product, whatever it may be. If you use multiple email addresses, you'll actually automatically create separate accounts through your gallery. If you have a Gmail and you go in and you save 50 images in your favorite, and maybe you have a Yahoo and you go in and you save a different 15, or you have a work and you save 150, you will actually have 3 accounts with 3 different favorite folders. So that's a good way to utilize some of the selections, but we want to make sure that whatever you are sending for your final selections is very precise with your selections in your favorite. And we can obviously add to cart. As we do this, you'll see a bunch of options up here. Right now, because we're viewing the image in black and white, you'll see the different sizes all have it in black and white. Okay, you'll see prices, you'll see the ability to add quantities. All right, we can add the album or product, add to an album or product, I'm sorry. And there's a bunch of options in here. So let's say we add the 8 by 12 or an 8 by 10. 8 by 10 is typical size. In here we have some additional add-ons. We can create it as a canvas print. Okay, we can create it as a metal print. We can actually put mount board on the back. Mount board is a physical hard backing that makes it frame ready. If we are not actually doing the framing, this is a great way to actually create the image frame ready, and that way it doesn't wrinkle or bend over time. All right, so those are some options that are built in. This is a quick guide to our galleries. We'll get into a little more through other little tutorials here. If you have any questions, you can always feel free to call or email us, and we'll gladly spend the time to make sure you know what's going on. But again, remember the image names and also the favorites. Those are the 2 key functions outside of the shopping cart that we actually